Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Like you all know, my name is Dr. Bisayo Tokiti, and I'm saying a big shout out to everybody that's been an existing subscriber. To the new ones just coming to, I say big thank you to you for subscribing to my channel. I'm super excited for you to be here and for me to be taking this series of the new venture class with you today. So shout out to all my students, family, loved ones, meh, to all and everybody. Today I'll be taking another series on the new venture creation class, and basically what we'll be doing today is introduction to new venture. What is new venture? What is the act of new venture? Who is in charge of the new venture? Okay, then some other topics. Who do we have examples of people who have even been successful in this new venture or entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs around the world, around Nigeria? We look at some of these examples. So starting from the introduction of new venture creation, from the word new venture creation, it means we are trying to establish a new venture or a new business or a new enterprise. But above all, we are trying to is the process of turning a new idea or technology into a business that can succeed and we attract investor, and most importantly that will generate money, or they will need finance or generate cash flow. So I said the process of turning a new idea or technology into a business idea that can succeed, that will attract investors, potential investors, or that will generate money. It's all encompassing. There are lots of entrepreneurs trying to identify possible business idea, or to look at and pay attention to them so that they can finance or turn them into viable business venture or enterprise. Then what is the act of new venture creation? The act of new venture creation is called entrepreneurship, and that is why I'll be telling us some of the definitions of entrepreneurship. And okay, so now what is entrepreneurship? One of the most commonly said definition of entrepreneurship is that the ability to create and build something of value from practically nothing. You are creating or building something of value. Value, when you say value, is adding value to you, adding value to your society. It generates money, it creates access to other things, or it gains access to other things. Then we can also say entrepreneurship is the process of creating or seizing an opportunity and pursuing it regardless of the resources currently available. There are many definitions. You can also say entrepreneurship is creating and distribution of values and benefit to individuals, group, organization, and the society. We can also say entrepreneurship is a dynamic process of creating incremental wealth. Then we can also say it's the process of taking or bearing uninsurable risks in buying and selling goods or and services, or the process of combining factors of production or resources such as wealth that is created, or creating or building something practically from things that seems irrelevant, or seeing opportunity and making the best use of it. There are lots and lots of definitions to entrepreneurship. Many people have come up with different definition to entrepreneurship, but let me say the last one before I move on. It is an innovative process that involves bringing new combination into the production process, whether new product or services, or new technology, or new method, or new market, or you are targeting a new market, or new supplies, or new raw materials, or new forms of organizations or are formed. But who is in charge of entrepreneurship? Who takes the art of entrepreneurship? And the person that takes charge, or the person that is behind the scene of that act entrepreneurship, is called an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur is someone that is creating something new with value by devoting the necessary time, effort, and assuming accompanying financial, psychological, and social risks, and receiving the necessary reward of monetary or personal satisfaction. Then there are lots of reward for being an entrepreneur: independency, personal satisfaction, financial gain, social recognition. There are lots of reasons why people want to be an entrepreneur, but most importantly, they want to add value, they want to solve a problem in the society, they want to bridge a gap, and like that. In basically, we as entrepreneur or entrepreneurs should try as much as possible to focus more on solving problem. And by the time you focus more on solving problem, there is an already customer base, an already existing customer base that will help you purchase the service or use the service or purchase the product that you are rendering. And what are the approaches to entrepreneurial process? There are different approaches. One, we say initiation. Two, we say development. Three, we say growth, maturity, and decline. Then another person has suggested, Reynolds 1997 also suggested conception, gestation, infancy, and adolescence. Those are the approaches, complementary approaches to entrepreneurial process. Then how to become an entrepreneur? These are just basic steps to become an entrepreneur. One, the first and most important thing is to find your purpose. The first and most important thing is to find purpose. Are you willing? Can you sacrifice the time? Are you dogged? Are you tenacious? Are you are you dedicated? Can you go all the way to do all these things and solve those problems? Then the second step to becoming an entrepreneur is to identify a problem. You must be solving a problem. By the time you are solving a problem, there is already an already existing customer base to either use that service that you are trying to solve the problem, or the product that you are solving the problem for. Let's say, for example, COVID-19. You know the way COVID came into the human race. It started 2019, and before we know it, it got to Nigeria like 2020. The first lockdown was announced in March 25. I can remember vividly. It was 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, another 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, another 2 weeks. Total lockdown, and like that. When the the vaccine came in, millions of vaccines were rolled out to different countries on weekly. People are still taking vaccine now because that was an already existing problem. So once there is a solution to it, you already have an existing customer base. Let's look at malaria too. When malaria came into circulation, maybe there were no drugs, like there were no anti-malaria, there were no anti-queen, there were no all those drugs. But over the years, people have researched and saw that this malaria can actually be cured with all, and now we have all the drugs to cure malaria, and like that. There are many Ebola, there are many arthritis. I also want to believe that when arthritis came into the human race, there were no drugs immediately. It was when research were done and saw that what can we do, and they brought together the composition that solves all those bone problem. Now let's look at headache. Before now, I used to think that paracetamol, what will it do? When I use paracetamol, well, it cannot solve any problem. But try it. You have headache, use paracetamol. They have put some composition, they have put it together, and there has been research over the years that if you add this plus this plus this, it will solve headache. No matter, in 5 minutes you feel better, except if it's not headache. But if it's headache and you're taking paracetamol, in 5-10 minutes you should feel relieved, except if it's malaria and it's coming out as headache. So you must identify a problem that you can solve. There are lots of problems in Nigeria, even in the human race, even technologically, scientifically. Just identify a problem that you can solve. It is when you are don't create a new problem and solve it. Or don't just produce goods or produce services and say people will use it. It's not by force. You must identify a problem you want to solve. Then, first and foremost, you also must make a first prototype. Then sell the problem, not the product. When you can solve the problem, then you can sell the product. Then also, you have to develop your own brand. You have to develop, but I can assure you, once there is an existing problem, there would always be already existing customer. Let's take, for example, ATM or the machine, the automated machine that we use a card. Some 15-20 years ago, we don't have those machines. But the banking system was always occupied with a lot of people, with a lot of crowd. People who want to get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, they are in the banking system. But over the years that they saw, some people sat down and think, what can we do to reduce the queue or the hours in the bank? They started with internet banking, then the machine, then the card. There are months that I don't necessarily have to get to the bank, before I perform any transaction. Then build a culture around that product. Then stay connected to your own. Stay connected to the world. Stay connected to solving that problem. Look for more means to improve that process that you have started. Then your business is on the verge of being successful. Then I know I've taken this class severally, and most times we just come to class and explain what new venture is. We tell you a lot of stories. We tell you who an entrepreneur is, what is entrepreneurship, the act. We tell you what they do, but we have never really shown us examples of successful entrepreneurs in Nigeria around the world. But today is a new dawn. I'm going to list and show us the significant things about this entrepreneur. So I'm going to start with Nigeria. List of 10 successful entrepreneurs in Nigeria. The first one is called Abdul Samad Rabi. Abdul Samad. I actually googled all this, so it might not be as current as you think, but these are successful people. The first one is called Abdul Samad Rabi. Is worth $4.9 billion. Then another person is called Femi Otedola. Femi Otedola is worth $1.8 billion. From the report I got, it's possible there are more than that, but from this report might has been long. It might be 2020, but we have Jimo Ibrahim that is also worth some billions dollars. We have Oji Uzo Kalu that is also worth some billions of dollars. Then we have Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija. She's also worth lots of billions of dollars. We have Jim Ovia. We have Tony Lumelu. We have Oba Otu Deko. These are list of successful entrepreneurs. I'm going to add Bishop David Oyedepo to this list of successful. There are many people like that. We might not be able to capture every one of them, but there are lots of people that are doing well, that are doing legitimate businesses in Nigeria, and they are doing fine. Then let's look at some of the top 5 most successful American entrepreneurs, and they have a strong impact on the world. The first person I'm going to be mentioning is Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie is an American entrepreneur. He's an American. Then Henry Ford, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Larry Page, Steve Jobs, and many others like that. But in a nutshell, I'll tell us top 20 most famous entrepreneurs of modern age. Top 20 most famous entrepreneurs of modern age. And the first one is Jeff Bezos. I hope I'm getting the pronunciation well. Jeff Bezos. We have Bill Gates. We have Mark Zuckerberg. We have Larry Page. We have Sergey Brin. We have Richard Branson. We have Steve Jobs. We have Larry Ellison. We have Agrawal, is a man from India. We have Vijay Shamal. We have Elon Musk. We have Till Boma. We have Ambani, also from India. We have Oprah Winfrey. We have Jack Dorsey. We have Raymond Thomas. We have Jack Ma. We have Shinada. We have Ada and Gello. We have Rata Tata. We have Niti Kamat. I'll just be explaining briefly what all these entrepreneurs represent and how they have grown over the years. Just a short presentation of each of them. This is Jeff Bezos. Jeffrey Preston Bezos is his full name, and is the founder of Amazon, which is the largest e-commerce market space used by millions of customers worldwide. A brand of company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do add things well. That is his usual quote. I'll just be telling you who they are, what they own, and their usual quote. He said, a brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do the hard things well. By trying to do the hard things well. He also said, is there the only one lesson you can learn from Jeff Bezos is that start small and grow big. That is one of his philosophy of life, that you don't have to start big as an entrepreneur. Start small and grow big. Think locally and start locally and think globally. Start locally and think. So he says start small and grow big. Start small and grow big. I would put all these slides on the PowerPoint so that you can see some of their introduction. I said Bezos is the founder of Amazon, like I said. Then his full name, as I said, is an American entrepreneur, the richest investor, and also a philanthropist who graduated from Princeton University. He started Amazon in 1994, July 5, 1994, and it was named after the South American river, where he initially sold books across the US in 45 foreign countries within 30 days. Later, he also started delivering CDs, videos, clothes, electronics, toys, and more. Now, Amazon is the world leading e-retailer in the United States with close to $280 million in net sale recently. That is huge. Even in developing countries like India, Amazon is perfectly performing really well and competing with e-commerce giants like Flipkart that are dominating some other few places. I'm not going to mention each and every one of them like this. I've just mentioned the first one so that I can make the video as short as possible, but I'll try to attach all these slides to the video so that you can have access to it. Then the second one that I'll be talking about is Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft Foundation, which he launched along with Paul Allen in 1975. His usual quote is that if you can't make it good, at least make it look good. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. If there's only one lesson you can learn from Bill Gates, is be your own boss and start early. Be your own boss and start early. I said I'm not going to mention all the details. The next one I'm going to look at is Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is an American technology entrepreneur and the founder of Facebook that he just changed his name to Meta. His corporation to Meta now. He's one of the richest person on the planet, and I don't think he's actually even up to 30 yet, or maybe in his 30s or in his 20s, or he's not up to 40, even if he's more than 30. Then Mark Zuckerberg also said the biggest risk is not taking any risk at all. One of the biggest risks in life is not to take any risk. You just say that they said I should do this one, I can't do it. They said the risk here is too much. He's saying that the biggest risk is not taking any risk at all. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed is to fail. Guaranteed to fail is not trying at all. Is not taking any risk. The only strategy that is guaranteed for you to fail is not trying at all. Even when you try and you fail, it is not called failure. It is called experience. So you have to try. And one of the lessons you can learn from Mark Zuckerberg is that don't chase money, chase value. Don't chase money, and that value will bring you much more money than you can imagine. You can also see from the slide what it represents. The another person I will be talking about is Larry Page. Larry Page is also an American entrepreneur who co-founded Google with Sergey Brin back in 1997. 15th of September. Then his popular adage is something that is very used to, is always deliver more than expected. Always deliver more than expected. Always deliver more than expected. And one hilarious thing about him is that he usually says invention and marketing are the keys to success. Invention and marketing are the key to success. Invention and marketing are the key to success. I've only talked about Larry Page. I don't have so much details on Sergey Brin. I don't have so much details on Sergey. Okay, Sergey Brin is currently the president of Alphabet, who has a net worth of $75.9 billion. They both started Google in they both co-founded Google in 1997, 15th September precisely. I was trying to see if I have any material on him, and I saw that I got it. Then the fifth person is called Richard Branson. Richard Branson is the founder of Virgin Group. Virgin Group is one of the things they do is they are into transportation, air transportation, and is the founder of Virgin Group, which comprises of more than 400 companies worldwide. Is ranked 8th among the wealthiest British billionaire, and usually is added is business opportunities are like buses. There is always another one coming. They are like buses. There is always another one coming. They make the best use of it. Don't sleep on it. Make the best use of it. And he also said enjoy what you do. Have passion, enjoy what you do. Just don't do it because many people are doing. Just don't do it because of doing it. Just don't do it because you want to have money. You have to be value adding, and once you are value adding, money will definitely come. Then another person is Steve Jobs. Though he's late, but Steve Jobs was the chairman and founder of Apple Incorporation, which is now worth over $2 trillion, and it's also considered as one of the big four of technology, along with Amazon, Google, and Facebook. And Steve Jobs usually say your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Your time is limited. It's late now. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Then put a dent in the universe. Put a mark. That's what it means. Put a mark. As he has put a mark in the technological era of the world. He brought something that had never existed. He invented. And he has been good so far. Then another person we look at is Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison is an American entrepreneur who co-founded Oracle along Bob Mina and Eld Oates in 1977. He usually say have a clear vision, because if you do everything that everyone else does in business, you are going to lose. And the only way to really be ahead is to be different, make a difference. So think ahead, look at things that are new. Use the blue ocean strategy. Yes, use the blue ocean strategy. Look at things from different from another dimension or another perspective. Try to be different and try to create something new. Then another person is Ritesh Agawa. Is an Indian entrepreneur, and is the founder of Oyo Rooms. It might not be the right pronunciation, but it's OYO. So you can say Oyo or Oyo Rooms, which is India's largest hospitality business or company, founded in 2013. He says start small, nail it, then make it big. Start small, nail it, and make it big. Then he said find the right mentor. Start small, nail it, and make it big. Start small, nail it, and make it big. You can read all the other slide as it comes up on the channel. Then another person we look at is Vijay Sharma. Vijay Sharma is the founder of India's biggest e-commerce payment system, Paytm, which is very popular and used by most of the people in India. Is of the opinion that if you are not the customer, don't build it. That means any product they are trying to sell out or service, you must also use. You must also enjoy using it, or rendering. You must also enjoy making use of such products or services. Then look for opportunities. There are always opportunities, so try as much as possible to look for opportunities. This list of entrepreneurs has not been arranged in any order. I just got them from different sides. I don't know the richest, I don't know, but they are all entrepreneurs and they are doing well. Then the next one we'll look at is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is an all-rounder entrepreneur who was the co-founder of PayPal He's the founder of SpaceX and the founder of Tesla. You can in all the slide you can see what each of these companies or who he represents. Then he likes to take risk. He also usually say when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Then would also look at Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is one of the most famous entrepreneur and the founder of the Los Angeles Clippers of National Basketball Association. He is always of the opinion that the number one benefit of information technology is that it empowers people to do what they want to do. It empowers people to do what they want to do, and is a very honest person. He's a very honest person. Then another person is Mukesh Ambani. I hope I got the spelling. Mukesh Ambani is also an Indian entrepreneur. He is one of the richest person in India. He is the chairman and managing director of the Reliance Industry, which is also on Fortune Global 500 companies to watch out for. He likes to disrupt the industry, to bring new things, to reinvent the wheel, to invent something new, not invent something new, create something new. Is creative, he innovates and he invents. He said a brand for a company is like a reputation for a person who earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person who earns reputation by trying to do hard things well. Then Oprah Winfrey, she's a woman. I've not mentioned any woman since I started, but Oprah Winfrey is also another reputable entrepreneur. She's a billionaire philanthropist and an African American woman who is best known for hosting the Oprah Winfrey Show, and it was the number one talk show for 24 consecutive seasons since 1986. She has her own personal brand, and that matters to her a lot. But she's of the opinion that be thankful for what you have. You will end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. Be thankful for what you have. You end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. That's Oprah Winfrey. You can look at other information from my slide. Then we have Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is the 14th person I'm mentioning. Jack Dorsey is also a man. Jack Dorsey is an American entrepreneur who is the co-founder and CEO of Twitter with a net worth of over $12 billion. He thinks about what the world uses every day and try to invent it. He thinks about what the world uses every day and try to invent it. He is also of the opinion that everybody has an idea, but it's really about executing the idea and attracting other people to help you with the idea. Executing is not just about the idea. You have to execute, then hire people that can help you further execute such ideas. Then we have Raymond Thomas. Raymond Thomas is a hedge fund manager and author of the best selling book, The Principle, Life and Work. He founded Bridgewater in 1975 and is the world's largest hedge fund. The happiest people discover their own nature and match their own life to it. In his own word, he said, teach everything you know. Teach everything you know. Then we have Jack Ma. Jack Ma is also one of the richest entrepreneurs in the world with a worth net of over $50 billion. He is the founder of Alibaba, which is China's biggest e-commerce company. China's biggest e-commerce. Or he got used to failure. He tried many times and he got used to failure. And at the end of that tunnel, there was a light for him. He said, I know nothing about technology. I know nothing about marketing. I know nothing about legal stuff. I only know about myself. Then another person is Shiv Nada. Shiv Nada is the founder of HCL Technology Limited. If you can relate, there are all these durable, very fancy phone that are called ACH. So this is the founder. Shiv Nada is also from India, and he has over 153,000 professional that work at HCL, which is operating from 50 countries in the world. Is one of the most richest entrepreneur in India. And in his word, he said, bet on new and growing sector. Bet your life on new and growing sector. That adaptability and constant innovation is the key to the survival of any company operating in a competitive world. I take again, adaptability and constant innovation is the key to the survival of any company operating in the competitive world. Then we have Adam Angelo. Adam Angelo is also a co-founder and CEO of the world's Q&A platform Quora, which he co-founded with Chelly Chiva in 2009. In his word, he said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel to succeed, just succeed. Focus on the long term and always do what is right to grow the company, and not make short-term decisions and outlast everyone. Adam Angelo, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, just go ahead and succeed. Then we have Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata is also another Nigerian, another Indian, sorry, not Nigerian, Indian industrialist and philanthropist, a philanthropist entrepreneur, and the former chairman of Tata Groups, which operate in almost every country. I don't think they're in Nigeria, but Tata Group is a very big organization in Asia. So in his own words, he said, build a brand that is trustworthy. Tata, there was a time that Tata built the most economically used car in the world. And he said, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk fast, walk together. If you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. If you want to walk fast, then you walk alone. But if you want to walk far, then walk together. Then the 20th person is Nitin Kamath. Nitin Kamath is also an Indian entrepreneur. He is a stockbroker, co-founder of the discount brokerage company called Zeroa, which is founded in 2010. In his own words, he says, start early and become an authority. Then do not chase money, let it flow towards you. Do not chase money, let it flow towards you. I've been able to successfully tell us about 20 entrepreneurs that are doing well across the world. There could be more. There are more. It's not there could be more. There are lots and lots that I've not mentioned. But I also want to focus on Nigeria, because we are Nigerians and we are Nigerian students. We live in Nigeria. Let's look at those people that we have discussed earlier. Might be far away. We may not be able to study their life or have access to their biography or autography and like that. But let's look at people who, on a daily basis, we get to see them on social media. Even if we don't have access to them, they have written books that we can read and we can understand. Understand from. The very few I'll be talking about is they are Aliko Dangote. We all know Dangote, Mike Adenuga Jr., Jim Ovia, Femi Otedola, Oji Uzo Kalu, Folonsho Alakija, Abdul Samad Rabi, Tony Lumelo, Oba Otudeko, then Theophilus Danjuma. Who is Dangote? Dangote is Aliko Dangote. I can also call him Baba Aliko Dangote, because most of these people that we call by their names, they are far older than us, than people that can give birth. So sometimes we can say Baba, Mr., but because they are prominent people, we just get so used to calling them Aliko Dangote, and you just go out and say Dangote company and like that. Dangote is arguable one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Nigeria. He was born on the 10th of April 1957. I hope that record is correct. I saw it online. And beside being the richest person, one of the richest person in Nigeria, Dangote is also one of the richest personality in Africa. He is the chairman, president, and CEO of the Dangote Group of Company. He was born into a wealthy home, but most importantly, he has developed from nothing to be a superhero and one of the best in Nigeria as I speak. He is a philanthropist, he is an entrepreneur, he's the chairman, president, CEO of the Dangote Group. And if you can recall properly, you know how many companies we have: the cement, we have the sugar, we have the flour, we have the oil, we have the pasta aspect. Now they are building refineries, Dangote refineries along Lagos Lekki Epe Expressway. So he is indeed a great entrepreneur, and some of these companies are also represented in other countries of Africa. Another person I'll be talking about now is Mike Adenuga. Mike Adenuga is one of the richest person, or one of the richest in Nigeria too. He also owns one of the largest telecommunication service providing company in Nigeria. He's also into oil and gas, Koinoi producing Koinoi PLC. Adenuga started out as a young entrepreneur, a millionaire in less than 30 years. Before he clocked 30, he started a business trading textiles material and supplying soft drink. In the early 90s, he got his first drilling license and began exploring oil in southwest Nigeria. But in 1999, he received the GSM license to operate in Nigeria. His telecommunication company, Globacom, became increasingly popular within the Nigerian public, causing him to be one of the largest telecommunication in Nigeria. He has also expanded to neighboring West African countries like Ghana, Ivory Coast, and as I speak, Michael Adenuyi Agbolade Shola Adenuga Jr. His net worth is over $6 billion. His net worth is over $6 billion. Another prominent entrepreneur is called Jim Movia. James Ovia is a Nigerian banking businessman, a native of Delta State. He is the founder of the prestigious Zenith Bank that was established in 1990. Zenith Bank, as we all know, is currently one of the Nigeria's biggest and most successful bank with more than 500 branches across the country. The bank currently makes close to $1 billion as revenue and is being traded on the Nigerian Stock Exchange and the London Stock Exchange. Jimovia started from a very humble beginning. He is also a owner of prime real estate across Nigeria. He is also the former owner of Visafone Telecommunication Limited, which has since been taken over by another telecommunication. According to research, Jimovia is worth more than almost $1 billion, almost $1 billion, not naira, $1 billion. These are people that we can easily Google online to see what they have done, where they started from. People that started from the scratch rather, and now they are global. Another prestigious person is Femi Otedola, Daddy Femi Otedola, or Femi Otedola. Femi Otedola, as we all know, is also one of the richest Nigerian businessman, philanthropist. He is also the former chairman of Fort Oil. Then he was also the founder of Xenon Petroleum and Gas Limited, and he also does several businesses across shipping, real estate, and finance. He's said to be worth more than $1.8 billion. 1.8 is possible, is more than that now. These are old records. It's just for us to have an idea of what they want is not precisely, these are imaginary figures. So he's also the father to DJ Kopi. Don't forget, she's a female DJ, and he's also the son of the former governor of Lagos State. Then another person we look at is Orji Uzor Kalu. Orji Uzor Kalu hails from Abia State. He is Nigerian ex-governor whose tenure, he had his tenure back then. He is a business person, and he is also the chairman of Slot Holdings and Daily Sons and News Telegraph newspaper in Nigeria. Is worth over $300 million. It could be worth much more now. I'm just trying to give us examples of how they started and who they are. Then another person he will be looking at is Folorunsho Alakija. She's a woman, and like I mentioned Oprah Winfrey the other time, is a Nigerian billionaire businesswoman who deals with fashion, oil, real estate, and printing industry. She like Oprah is an African American. She's also one of the richest women in Nigeria. She's also into oil and gas, as I mentioned, and she's worth more than you can even imagine. I don't want to say their worth because I'm not sure of their worth. Then another person is Abdul Samad Rabiu. Abdul Samad Rabiu is also a prominent businessman in Nigeria, and his late father was one of the Nigerian's foremost industrialists, and from there he started his own company, the Bois group of companies. They are into sugar, they are into oil, they are into ports and terminals, cement, estate, and right now is worth more than $500 million. Then we have Tolu Elumelu. We also mentioned Jimovia the last time, the CEO and founder of Zenith. Then this another founder of another bank, being the chairman of Air Holdings, the United Bank of Africa. We say UBA. Then he's the founder of Tolu Elumelu Foundation. He's one of the Nigerian economists, entrepreneur and philanthropist. He is worth more than $1 billion. He has other establishments from agribusiness to healthcare to energy sector and many other. Is one of the most influential persons in Africa. Then I'm trying to round up because I don't want this slide to be so long. Then we have Oba Otudeko. Oba Otudeko is also worth more than $1 billion. He is the founder of one of the Nigerian biggest company that deals with oil and gas, flour milling, real estate, and marine transportation. The company is called the Honeywell Group. Then he is also into hotel and tourist business, not businesses. He's into hotel and tourism, and he's worth more than $1 billion. Then the last person I'll be looking at is Theophilus Danjuma. He was born in 1938, and he was the former Nigerian defense minister and the founder of oil exploration company South Atlantic Petroleum. South Atlantic is into real estate, is into chemical industry, fertilizer manufacturing, and like that. Is worth over $1 billion too. I hope we can also search for more entrepreneurs that we can easily relate to. Let's look at around us. There are a lot of young entrepreneurs, like the guy that started Floater Wave. I can't remember his name right now. There are lots of all those other companies, especially when it comes to technology, that are doing well. We have agri-business that are doing well. People into real businesses, real estate, and many other businesses that are doing well. I would like you to search for more and give me the comments in the comment section below. Tell me examples of entrepreneurs that you have studied and you have researched, or people you are looking up to as mentor, and you want me to also gain one or two things from your idea, please comment it in the comment section below. I hope you have enjoyed this class. Please don't forget to like, to share, to watch, to subscribe to my channel. So if you have any question, also follow me on all my social media handles. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.